Hey folks, Little John in the brewery, and we're knocking up Loaded Dog Lager, my yearly Australian premium lager. A little bit of twist this year. It's end of winter, so it's time to get it on and brewing, so it's ready for comp season, and also to have a nice lagering and aging before the warm weather hits and gets ready to drink. So, doing a 20 litre batch today on the Robobrew. I'm looking at 1041 as the starting gravity, around 1011 as the finished gravity. Running efficiency at 70%, so I'm running with 3 kilos of Pilsner, half a kilo of Munich, and 300 grams of Carahel. Which is just a slight boost on the malt from last year's version. So I've got 3 kilos of Pilsner, half a kilo of Munich, and 300 grams of Carahel. I've mashed that in with 22 litres, which is set for 62. I had it up to 65, so that'll settle now. Let that sit for 10 minutes before I run the pump. I've got no rice hulls in there today. Given it's only a relatively light grain bill, only 3.8 kilos, I'm not worrying about the rice hulls. I think we'll have circulation without too much problem at all. I've taken off about 10 litres, which I'll use to sparge. So I will run the mash for 62 degrees for 60 minutes, and then from there I will ramp that up to 72, where I will hold that for about 20 minutes. Now after 20 minutes, then I'll sparge through with the 10 litres I've got. Hops will be Pride of Ringwood for bittering, 14 grams, which is going to give me around trucks, give me around 16 IBU at 60 minutes of the boil. And some Enigma, 5 minutes left of the boil, 8 grams, pulling out about another 5 IBU as well. Okay. Just as interest, this is last year's loaded dog. A few tweaks from last year. Yeah. I was going to shut this a little bit. Yeah, it's not real bright in here today. It's reasonably light colour wise, and that's, you know, it's a little bit light on the malt, which is why I've upped the yeah, the Munich a little bit on this one, and adjusted the Carahel a little. Said last year was a mix of, you know, the Pilsner and the Golden Promise, looking to up the malt a little bit. Didn't really get me as far as I would have liked. I don't really want to use any crystal in this beer. I don't want to give it I don't want to bring any sweetness in. So it's where the Munich is going to play in. And I said that's fairly bang on the mark for, realistically, for what I would call the lower end of the yeah, of the scale of the market. You know, it's creeping into that, the realm of yeah, things like Great Northern and Iron Jack. It's fairly lacking in any great malt character. There's a dirty hop from the Pride of Ringwood, which again is quintessential in the Australian lager. I mean, that's what you've got to have. That's what the bittering is that dirty, earthy sort of flavour. But with the lack, yeah, with the lack of malt, it sort of becomes a little bit too overpowering. And this is where I have a big issue with lots of those bloody cheap macro bloody lagers. And as I said, that's really where this is sitting. Yeah. If anyone's made it, you'll know it's a really good Aussie lager. It is, yeah, it's bang on the style. It does have a little more interest and a little bit better flavour than those, you know, those bloody crappy Megasol beers. But sort of take it more and push the malt a little bit more, bring it more back into the older traditional sort of style. So that's why we're going a little bit more malt, a little bit more depth. And as I said, this beer's, it's 12 months old, made in May last year, and still holding up really well. So that's the beer we're looking to improve on with this batch. Rightio, we've got to the fermenter. There was a little bit of a break. It's actually now the next morning. Didn't quite get to it last night. I had to go out with a charity night on, bit of the old lawn bowls and a few drinks. So a little bit of live music with old Lucky Dickens. So that last night, I've just transferred him over. So we can look at our numbers and see what we've finished up with. Now I've got nearly 23 litres actually in the fermenter, well over 22, so that's well over target. I was only looking for 20. I did adjust pretty hard on the boil off numbers. Yeah, actually I did turn it up. I probably didn't need to. So again, that's just another little minor tweak, but how has this affected our actual gravity? We're at 10. Bloody bowl there. She's on 1040, so we were aiming for 1041. So it's 1 point under, but I've got well over 2.5 litres extra. So I'll recalculate those numbers. It's probably going to come out closer to 72, maybe 73% efficiency. So I'm pretty happy with that. This is the second run with the adjusted gap on the grain mill. I've been playing around with it, trying to find the sweet spot, and it would appear I've finally sort of found it. So I'm pretty happy with that. Like I said, it's just a minor tweak. But so we've got 20. Certainly, it's just under 23. So that's a bit over 22 litres at 1040. So that's all good. The expected outcome, we're still looking at 4% with 1041. So we're still going to be around that mark. By the time we allow for some priming in the bottles, we're going to be in the low, 4.3 sort of range. 4.3, got no problem with that at all. And then again, depends how our yeast goes. I've used this yeast before. If we get an extra pint or two out of it, then we'll sneak into the 4.5s. But so, as I said before, that's the yeast. Rocky Mountain Lager. Now, it's now been sitting since Wednesday night, so it's 48. It's pushing about 60 hours now. It's still got some activity going on in there. That's slowed down considerably from yesterday, but she's ready to go. So, it's got some good growth going on, and as always with the lager, you do want a nice healthy pitching rate. Now I've probably lost a few cells there with that because it was still active, but that's all good. I'm happy with that. I haven't run this through the calculator actually to work out what the actual numbers are, but this actual starter was 40 mils of good thick healthy slurry, which is only 2 days old. So just estimating off the top of my head, probably somewhere in the range of 280 to 320 billion cells going in, which should be bloody plenty. That's her done. So it's 18 degrees here in the shed at the moment. So yeast is at 18, water's at 18. Fridge is set for 9 degrees. I'll get that in the fridge and let it do its thing. See, it'll drop down the temp reasonably, won't take too long. Planned ferment is 5 days at 9 degrees and then raise 1 degree a day till 15. So that'll take us through to 11 days. I'll hold it there for 4 days, gets us to 15, and then take about 3 days to get it back down to 0 degrees for a cold crash and hold it there for another 3 days, which gives me basically 21 days, so 3 weeks from now we'll be bottling and doing our first sampling 3 weeks after that, so 6 weeks from today. Let's see, that water's come out nice and clear because she did sit there for a while. Got a bit cloudy towards the end as I dragged through the muck on the screen, but yeah, no, I think that's good. It's not too sweet. Little bite from the bitterness already, so that's good. I think we're going to be right where we want to be. This bill is actually settling to 23 as the frost dropped off it. So yeah, so I'm pretty good with that outcome. So that's it. Loaded Dog for 2019. As always, if you've got any questions or any comments, stick them down the bottom. If you're not subscribed to Little John's already, hit the red button down there in the corner, get subscribed so you'll get notified when we're doing stuff, when we're doing tastings from this fella or we're brewing something else. But for now, that's me, Little John. Done. So, till I see you again, we're drinking beer, we're talking beer, we're brewing beer, good brewing.